You get a pardon, and you get a pardon, and you get a pardon. Everybody gets a pardon. Why? Because it's 2024, and I guess Joe Biden is still technically the president. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon, for this week's episode of Implicit Bias. Let me tell you, it's a great crew here in the TSPL. We are bringing you more weekly whiskeys from Mr. Lester Steakhouse down at Cypress Bayou Casino. And I love this shot at the bar, because the shot at the bar, if you look in front of Rene Girard, you can see the Grain to Glass series from Heaven Hill. There are 3 offerings, right? Those 3 offerings are a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, a wheated bourbon, and a rye. Not the Evan Williams, though, Renee. You're putting your hand over the Evan Williams. There you go. And slide them all over. Slide them all to your right, Renee. Slide them all. There we go. Oh, yes. Drunkle knew his right from his left. I love it. Love it. Okay. Chef Willie's playing games now. Chef Willie told me, lied to my face, told me that was going to be $20 a pour, $30 a flight. You know what he did, Caleb?
No.
Yeah. Renee, do you know what Chef Willie did?
No.
Of course he lowered the price.
So the flight is still the same, but the per pour price is $15 a pour. So we had the Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey last week. Go ahead, Renee.
I think you just misheard Chef Willie.
He
probably told you 15.
He didn't.
And you misheard it.
I am not mistaken on this one. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because if you want to taste this unobtainium, that's where to go to get it, because you're not going to find it anywhere for $15 a pour or $30 a flight. So, Renee, this is your second offering of this, or is this your first offering of one of the Heaven Hills?
The second time, I had the regular bourbon, and I like the rye. I'm drinking the rye right now. And I'm going there this weekend. Guess what I'm having? A flight.
You already had a flight. You already had apparently 2 flights, because
I'm going to do another one this weekend.
I thought you were going to say you were going to do another one before the end of the show. That would have sounded about right. All right. Okay. So, Caleb, you are drinking the wheated. Thoughts on the wheated?
Look, I'm not a big fan of wheated. I really am. Amped. Wow, what the hell that was? I'm really not. This is like my 7th glass. Wheated normally is too soft, too gentle, not enough aggression. But man, look, that Heaven Hill wheated. What's the proof on that, Renee?
It's 120.
It's got to be high. Yeah, it's up there, because it has enough oomph. It has enough oomph to overcome the
121.
Yeah, it overtakes the soft gentleness of the wheated whiskeys. Because normally wheated, I taste them, I'm like, man, it's forgettable.
This is not forgettable.
No.
This absolutely goes in deep blue, which is actually in front of Alan Rawls from KMLB up in Monroe. The Implicit Bias Infinity bottle.
Alan.
Let me tell you, this wheated is going in that beautiful crystal decanter from William S. Nacol Jewelers. It absolutely has to be added.
If Alan wouldn't
Do
burst
Vanna,
into,
Alan. Do Vanna.
If Alan wouldn't burst into flames when he drank it, I would suggest. I really would suggest you try that. It is delicious. It's nothing that I thought a wheated would be. When I took my first sip the glass ago, I was worried, because I'm like, man, wheated, it's going to be just bland.
Yeah.
No.
Son of a gun, man.
You're not a fan of wheateds.
No, and this is it's got enough oomph, it's got enough flavor. It's a little peppery, which surprised me.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of spice, black peppers in there. It really, the flavors that I like stood out more than anything else.
You know a way to do this? Do the flight. After you do the flight, figure out which one you like the best, and then do that one again.
You know what I like about this, Renee, is that you're getting to taste this, and you're going back down there this weekend, and by tomorrow morning, you will have no memory of what you had to drink tonight.
It'll be new.
No, I'll remember.
He'll be like, I've never had this before.
No, I'll remember. It's not, it doesn't wipe your memory.
Call and make your reservations now, because I learned that problem.
Yeah, Christmas time is filling up.
Oh, yeah.
So
I tried.
It's filling up quick.
I made a call. I was trying to make a reservation, and I was like, oops. And look, Mr. Lester owes no favors, right?
Nope.
So it first come, first serve.
Yep.
Get out there and enjoy.
I was
Enjoy
lucky
your
enough
time.
that I made a reservation early enough that
You made
I'm
this
there.
reservation in 1982, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Well, 84. I got married in 83, so 84 I made this reservation.
Great year of my birth.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to some of the stories that maybe the media isn't telling you about. But this actually is a story that the media told you about that, man, I just don't know what the hell they were talking about when they told it. So if you watch 60 Minutes, this week there was a very unique story, and it was on cryptocurrency. And they actually interviewed the CEO of a company called Ripple. Ripple owns XRP, which is a digital currency. Ripple is also working to be a transfer currency. In other words, today, if we want to get euros and we want to exchange $100,000 in cash for 100,000 in euros, they have to go through this long process of wiring this cash back and forth, and banks have to hold a certain amount of cash in US dollars and in euros in order to make the transactions. The banks in Europe and the bank in the United States, if you're trying to go cross-border, international, all this. Well, XRP allows for quick digital transaction, because if you've got a standard valuation on it and banks agree to use it, well, now the bank in the US just buys, call it $100,000 worth of XRP in euros, sends it to the other bank, and they just say, okay, we got our XRP, and now it's back into euros and whatever we want. So they don't have to carry both currencies. It becomes a transfer currency. But the job that CBS did, and it's not surprising after the Kamala the Ugandan Giant interview, where they literally substituted different answers to questions that were asked by the interviewer or the reporter.
It was impressive. It was. It took work.
This was almost as bad of a hit job, and here's why. The entire premise of the conversation was, is crypto going to break out? Because crypto bad, dollar good. And it made me wonder, why would they do something like that?
Well,
Caleb?
what's even funnier is when they're trying to ban physical currency, right? So our government's sitting there trying to ban physical currency, but like, whoa. Don't look at this digital currency.
Oh.
Look at our digital currency. That's, to me, what it was. That's what the story was to me.
What about at the bar? Did y'all get a chance to look at this? Any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't trust crypto. If I can't hold it, touch it, it's not real.
Well, let me ask, you can hold and touch a US dollar.
Yep.
Is that real?
Yep.
It's a piece of paper.
No, it's not real.
Yeah, it is.
It tells, look, read it.
It
Read
says
your dollar
Federal
bill.
Reserve note
No, read what it says. Read your dollar bill.
for
What's it say, Caleb?
debts, private and public.
It tells you that it's not real currency and it's only for the payment back of debts on your bill. It is made up money.
That to me is the whole crux of crypto, right? So let's talk about, Renee, you will remember this. You and I are close enough in age. If you went and got a $100 bill in 1985
Uh-huh.
and you brought that $100 bill to the moon,
Yep.
did the US have any way to track that?
No, not really.
No way. Look at a $100 bill today.
Oh, it's different.
Can the US track that $100 bill?
Oh, yeah.
So wait a minute.
They got
There's an
they
iridium
got
strip.
strips and all kinds of stuff that
That strip is radioactive. Satellites can pick up a couple of bills by their radioactive signature. This is what I have been told. Please don't believe me on this. Go look this up. This to me is why they did the hit job on crypto. They did the hit job on crypto because they can't track it and they can't control it. And when they lose tracking and control of the money, they lose tracking and control of you. Much like some of you are going to lose for the rest of this week's episode of Implicit Bias. If you're listening in Lafayette, find us on socials. We'll continue the conversation. Find us wherever you get podcasts, Apple, Google, Spotify, X, YouTube, you name it, we're there. We're going to yield to UL basketball in Lafayette. Everywhere else, we're going to finish out hour 2. We are going to finish out more weekly whiskeys, and we are going to finish out your Implicit Bias.